All right, so this is today's main project. I'm trying to get this thing running again. I probably haven't run this thing in a year. So I bought a brand new battery, we bought new oil, we bought new hydraulic fluid, and I'm gonna change all the fluids and swap in a new battery, see if we can't fire this thing up. Beautiful old tractor, lots of patina, looks great. One thing though is this seat is horrible, so I might want to try to buy a new seat for this thing. All right, underneath the tractor here, one of our drain bolts is right here. And now looking back towards the rear axle, we can see one of our bolts there. And then you can see my ratchet there. That's one, and we have the same thing over here on this side. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 points of drain for the hydraulic system. Look how clear that fluid is. It's gonna be kind of hard to see here, but this cap, there's a bolt here, another bolt here, holds a cap on. And this is where the screen or filter goes for the hydraulic fluid. I've already drained a couple of different spots from underneath and the fluid was crystal clear. So what I wanna do is hopefully get this fluid from this area drained and have some junk come out if there is any. That's the whole goal here, is to try to flush the junk out. And so there we go. And it looks crystal clear as well. Just one of those things where I'm gonna go ahead and pop that back on for a second, because that just looks so clear. There's really no reason to drain that. I mean, there's no junk coming out. I'm gonna get my filter ready and I'm gonna pop my filter in. Well, here's the new screen. You can see on the tag there, it says Kubota, official, made in Japan. There's the part number. So this right here is what filters out all of the hydraulic fluid that runs through this machine. Here's a funnel. So far I've added probably 4 gallons of fluid, and you can see my sight glass here, and it is right at the low mark. So I'm gonna add a little bit more and then call it good. I can always top it off. We're gonna call that good for now. And now that sight glass is perfect. All right, so let's work on the battery. I've got my new battery right here, and my old battery in there. I gotta get that thing out. Well, the tray down here, you can see where the battery sits definitely looks a little bit small. So I'm gonna try to put this battery in there and we'll see if it fits. The battery I got is a 24F. That's what the internet was saying. Maybe it'll fit. Yes. Oh wow. Fits like a glove. I don't have the hold down installed yet. I just wanna try to crank this thing over and make sure that this battery's good before I go holding the battery down. But before I do that, I want to just double check the oil in here. Well, this is the oil dipstick, but I need to get some crud cleaned out from here. We got that cleaned out. Let's pull this dipstick out, check that oil. Okay, it's dark, but that's just because it's a diesel, but we do have plenty of oil. So I think I'm good to just give this thing some cranks and hope that nothing's locked up here. This is gonna be really weird if I stick this key in and it attempts to start first time I turn. I think the batteries that have been in here have all been very, very, very low. I've had to jump start it practically every time. Okay, we got lights. Let's just give it a go. Is it gonna start? Nope. All right, well, you know what they always say. If all else fails, tap the starter. All right, well, that's kind of what I expected, though I hoped that it would just start. Here we go again. I have my little jump pack hooked up to it, just in case. Let's see. Ooh, ooh. Come on, try. Okay, of course. I'm putting all my tools away. I come back one last time, fully knowing it was not going to start. I'm sure you can hear it. She started, guys. I turned the key a couple times, same just click, and then all of a sudden it started. Sounds great. Hydraulics are working. You can see the back deck lifted up here. Oh, RPMs are really low. Pull it back on the bucket lever. There we go. Look at that. I cannot believe I didn't get that on camera. I knew it wasn't going to start. These little Kubota engines are amazing. This is awesome. All right, we're cruising. Just going slow. Don't want to break anything yet. I want to get the oil changed. Well, good morning. It's now the next day, and I'm going to finish up a couple of things that I wanted to do on this, like the oil change. So I have some Shell Rotella T6. This is full synthetic 10W30. It's exactly what this tractor takes. And I also have a genuine Kubota oil filter. And looking down under the engine here, you can see this is the oil pan. What's really interesting here is the oil pan is actually split. So there's two sides, two drain bolts that I have to remove in order to drain all of the oil out of the system. All right. There we go. There we go. Now these drain plugs do use a copper crush washer, but I just checked, I don't have a replacement for these, so I'm just going to reuse them. Oh, that wasn't that hard. These oil filters are heavy duty. And I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the surface here. If you were paying attention, this filter screws on completely horizontally, so you can't pre-fill the filter because as you tilt it over, it's all gonna dump out. But you can pre-soak the filter media. It's essentially doing the same thing. Okay, we're just gonna take some oil, pour it right in, and what happens is that filter media soaks this up. Perfect. And I have a long funnel to get in there. All right, here's another gallon. Let's try it. Wow. What a machine. There we go. Oh man, it's dripping oil everywhere. All right, let's pull this out. Take a peek. This thing looks really clean. Time to do some actual work with this thing. You can see I took the bush hog off the back and I have the box blade on. Okay, so hopefully now you can kind of see all of this was just a big giant pile of dirt that obviously the grass grew over, and it was extremely hard to process with a shovel. Well, holy smokes. I just cleared that entire area, went back and forth with the box blade. The box blade actually was what I was able to complete this whole thing with. Once I figured that out, I realized the bucket wasn't the right tool for the job. Maybe in the beginning just to kind of get the big pile smoothed out a little bit, but once I got that big pile smoothed out, the box blade grabbed it all and smoothed it all out. So I'm really, really happy right now. You can see how smooth all of this is. I wasn't planning on taking care of the whole job right now. I was just messing around, and then all of a sudden I kind of got into a groove and everything kind of fell into place. That little tractor's turning out to be, well, I mean, I already knew it was awesome, but it was sitting for over a year, so I really, really wanted to get it back running and oil changed, hydraulic fluid changed, and just get it running again. And I mean, this thing has not skipped a beat. Time to put it away. Can't play all day. I wish I could. I'd be out here probably all day long, but gotta go feed the family. Well, what a machine. Built in 1991, this tractor is 35 years old. Equipped with Kubota's D1102 3-cylinder diesel engine, this thing produces 25 horsepower and about 57 pound-feet of torque. This DT tractor, DT meaning dual traction or four-wheel drive, weighs about 2,094 pounds. And this one's got 1,348 hours and runs like a top. So what's the moral of the story here? Well, first of all, tractors are tools. Secondly, if you need a tool like this, why not look for an older one to learn on and get some real work done? But it's definitely going to take some TLC to keep these things running. So if you buy used, make sure it's a good one. Now that being said, this one still runs like a top, and clearly, by the looks of it, was used. This wasn't stored inside. This was a working tool. And fun fact, I believe this tractor has only ever been on this property. So in a world that's getting more and more expensive by the minute, it's good to know that you can still rely on the old stuff to get the job done. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. It really helps this video and the channel. And if you watched this far and you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing. I'm Jimmy, and I will see you in the next one.